disagree with the lockdown, traveling across the country, spreading seeds of knowledge and hope. Please welcome the amazing and lovely Sarah Kakunian!
And we are proud advocates for medical freedom. Our mission is to unite as many nurses as possible, educate the public, and bring the ethics back into health care. We envision a future with a bigger focus on preventative care, natural healing, and treating a person as a whole. We are here to hold the lamp so that others see our light and be empowered to stand for the same. We are nurses doing what is right and standing up for the truth. A question I get asked a lot is, what do you think makes you different than the other nurses who are believing in the narrative? And my answer is, every nurse that has been speaking out against the lockdown seems to have some sort of aha moment that woke them up to the harms the industry is causing. For me, the big eye-opener was when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It taught me that many mental health issues lead to somatic illnesses which can both be healed not by using harmful synthesized toxic medications, but by going back to the root cause of your problems and detoxifying from all the toxins bombarded at us through food, water, and air and medication. It also taught me that the medical industry has not only failed us, but has deceived us for decades, and that most, if not all, illnesses we have are preventable and curable through self-care, natural treatments, and mindfulness. My name is Sarah Kakunian. I'm a nurse, but today I'm here as a survivor. I was sexually abused as a child, which has obviously brought on a lot of problems into my life. I've struggled with my mental health for as long as I can remember. My biggest battle has always been with addictions, alcohol and weed being my drugs of choice. I couldn't handle my pain and the suffering in the world, so I numbed myself.
Can you all see
In
now?
2017, I hit rock bottom. I was literally falling apart with multiple crippling symptoms. I was mostly in bed in so much pain, so tired, and not able to get up. After countless tests, I was finally diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which is listed under long-term disabilities. It was very obvious that the medical industry had no idea what this syndrome was, where it came from, and how to cure it. So I refused the Band-Aid prescription medications and decided to take my health in my own hands. I knew the first thing I had to do was get help for my childhood trauma, so I started group therapy. There, I found out that I was far from alone and realized I suffered from complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I learned that I was reacting in a very normal way for what had happened to me. That helped me a lot to accept myself, forgive myself, and gave me the ability to start caring for myself, which eventually led to self-love. I got sober April 19th of 2018. Thank you. I stopped drinking and smoking and replaced it with going to the gym. I also started eating better, taking supplements, doing yoga, deep breathing, meditation, and really being aware of what was going on in my body. I was able to completely change my life around, and I'm proud to say that I no longer have fibromyalgia, the so-called heal and rise. I was in the best physical and mental shape of my life. I thought that nothing could take me down, but when the pandemic hit, it hit me hard. It took me off balance. I felt like both my feet left the ground. I tried to ground myself, but I couldn't handle all the triggers hitting me from every angle. Saying that I was overwhelmed is an understatement. I was either painfully enraged or I was crying so much I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to have to get medicated, and so I started smoking weed again. I'm extremely ashamed of this. Not that there's anything wrong with smoking a joint here and there. I wish I had that kind of control, but the problem for me is that I use it to hide from my reality, and it negatively affects all the other aspects of my life. I felt like a fraud. The healer in me went into a hole and hid. Can you imagine? I'm at the front of the freedom movement, co-founder of Canadian Frontline Nurses, and all I can think about is that I'm a failure because I'm smoking weed to calm my anxiety. I should be proud of myself for having stood up for what's right, even though I had so much to lose. But all I can think about is that I'm not enough. It's ridiculous. It's false. And that's exactly where the enemy wants me to be. So I told myself to snap out of it. And that's why I'm here speaking my truth to all of you here today. There is no shame in being unwell, especially when things have been put in place to keep us down. It's time to decolonize our minds of these toxic beliefs. The system wants us to believe that addicts are weak and that people with mental health issues are somehow lesser beings. Nothing is further from the truth. In my experience, most of the people who struggle with their mental health are some of the most beautiful souls to walk on this planet, who couldn't adjust or turn their heads the other way to a sick system. Do not be ashamed of having mental health issues. You are reacting very normally to an extremely abnormal environment. There is nothing wrong with you. I know for a fact that most mental health disorders can be healed without meds, but Big Pharma doesn't want you to know that. They want you to be addicted to their extremely toxic and lethal drugs. They want us to stay sick. They want us to be broken, and it truly feels like ultimately they want us dead. I know that you're all tired. I'm tired too, and sometimes I feel like giving up, but we can't. Think about the children and the future. We have to soldier up for just this one last fight. On the other side of this battle, there will be real healing and much, much better days. We must all believe that we will achieve this. Today, I want to bring you some very needed and necessary hope. If you're like me and you feel as though you don't fit in this crazy world, it's because you were born to create a new one. And that's exactly what we are going to do. This is our chance. We, the people, have the power to make it ours. Empower yourself by knowing that you are very needed and will be the pioneers of our new world. How can you use your experience to bring light to the world? What's your passion? Get excited about what can be. Start creating your own paths to the world you want to see. I'm proud and honored to say that we Canadian Frontline Nurses are starting our new mental health initiative called Lighting Up Dark Corners, which will be part of our New Healthcare's mental health program, where we will give people the tools and information needed for them to heal without medication and live an empowered, purposeful, healthy life. Picture us all happy and free, healing and building it, united and in a harmony. Together, we will overcome and we will rise through the ashes of the matrix.
Well, Sarah, thank you. We love you.